Alright everyone, and welcome to another week of League Racing Highlights. And yeah, the timestamps are in the description below, but only 2 races this week because the Apollo season has now finished. But yeah, first up then is Formula Xbox, the sort of but not really first round of the season then. Obviously, as you saw last week if you watched it, the first, well, what was intended to be the first race was a bit of a disaster, and only half points count for that race. So yeah, it could have been worse for us then, having had that DNF, but yeah, obviously it was not the best way to kick things off for us after yeah, we had a pretty terrible start and was actually doing quite well to, you know, get back into some good points, but oh well. And we'll have to hope that this time everything goes alright and we get ourselves a decent result. But yeah, Australia obviously is the track that I won at last season, picking up the first win for the, yeah, after like over a year away from Formula Xbox. So yeah, obviously hoping to do the same here, but obviously we didn't know at the time, but there was a tyre glitch that sort of made that strategy a lot easier, so we may not be seeing anyone try that this time, and indeed we're going with most other people and qualifying on the Super Soft. So yeah, right in the front of one then. This is a pretty decent lap, I think, should get us up the field quite a bit, and cross line is actually provisionally 4th. We get bumped down to 5th though, because yeah, as you see there, he's our teammate, took pole position right at the end there, and yeah, it's a good qualifying for the team actually. 20 people here, so hopefully no issues like what happened last week, but yeah, we will see what happens then. The strategy is a 2-stop then, and interestingly still using the mediums here, but yeah, having 2 super soft stints rather than doing like soft, doing super soft medium or something. But yeah, the light's coming on now then, and away we go for sort of the first round of the season then. And a bit of wheel spin there for the Mighty Midget, but yeah, we're getting alongside him then towards turn 1. We're on the outside though, and it looks like up the front Joe has kept the lead there, and it looks like we're still in 5th though. We're still side by side, but it looks like he's had a slightly better run out of the corner than us there. We'll see if we can look to the inside here into turn 3. In a bit deep there, we do lock up a little bit, and yeah, he manages to hold on to the position for the time being then. So yeah, a decent start for us then, maintain our position, no funny lag incidents to report on yet in this one, so yeah, that is always good. And yeah, I've just realised I forgot to put the transitions in this one, so I apologise, it may not look as great as it should, but yeah, there goes Perez past us into 5th place. So yeah, we'll see if we can fight back here then, as we got some sort of weird strategy thing going on there. But yeah, he looks to have got that place over us then, and yeah, he's we tried to let run outside in turn 4, but yeah, he might, well, he slammed the door on that one, so we couldn't make it stick there. We're still over him though. Hopefully we can try and find a way past him again. We seem to be sort of quite even on pace, because like, even though he was following us for a few laps, like as soon as he passed us we were still sort of all over him. We go to the outside here in turn 9, but we just outbrake ourselves a little bit onto the AstroTurf, and yeah, we don't get a good run there. We've now got Cushion all over the back of us then, and yeah, he was thinking about looking to turn 11, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it there. And yeah, we maintain the place for the time being there, and yeah, we're going to skip on to the next lap now then, where we're in behind Perez once again here. And yeah, it didn't look like he had the best run there out of turns 9 and 10. We get a bit of wheel spin, but we did get a better exit than him there. And we're going to see if we can get a slipstream. We're on the outside for 10 11. We're going to go round the outside, try not to make contact with 3. We've got the inside line for turn 12, and Cushion tried to make it 3 wide there. We had a bit of a twitch of oversteer, and I mean, there was no contact on my screen, but yeah, there obviously was for him. I don't think there was really much I could have done there, as we do end up passing Perez, but the safety car is now out for that one, and yeah, it was deemed a racing incident anyway. So yeah, this does make things a little bit more interesting then in terms of strategy. I think we still will be going with our plan. No, we're not, apparently. We're going on to the soft tyres now. Yeah, that does make sense actually. We were going to go on to soft tyres now, I think, and then do soft tyres again at the end, and cut out the medium. So that was sort of the plan for this one now then. as into the pits we come. We had a bit of a delay on that one then, because obviously Azar was coming in as well, so that did hurt us a little bit there, but it looks like the same thing happened maybe to Perez there. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not even sure if he pitted or not. Yeah, he did actually. I did register that. So yeah, out of the pits we come. Then we're in 6th place. Not sure who didn't pit, but I think we gained. Well, we did lose a place, and then behind the safety car, Luke paused in to, I think, invite Casey back to the session, and yeah, just the game didn't pause for him for some reason. He went off the track. Then the safety car just let everyone through for no reason. So what a great game this is. And yeah, the safety car will be staying out a lot longer then, and that does help us really hang on to these soft tyres for a few more laps. As yeah, Drastic Devil was leading and he disconnected, so yeah, that's caused absolute carnage on the restart. Azar for some reason managed to get away with it, I think, and yeah, no one else can overtake that apparently. And now, well, the safety car is in, but there are still yellow flags out. Oh my god, what a great game. And yeah, that in theory means that no one is going to be able to make any overtakes then. So we now see Sinan overtake us for 4th place, and through he goes then, but he should be letting us through surely, even though he shouldn't, but you know, and he is not going to let us through. But they're not getting any yellow overtake. What? It's this game is honestly just I can't even finish sentences because of, you know, sort of how bad this game is online. So yeah, we've now lost out to Sinan then. But through that, I don't know if he took a penalty, but he's ahead. So yeah, we're down to 5th then, and we're going to try and pass him here though because we were quicker, and obviously we can't. So yeah, I mean, it won't matter after our final pit stop, but really we don't want to be waiting that long to have sort of our 5 seconds taken off our race time, because obviously if we do take a penalty now, it does mean we have to have 5 seconds added to a pit stop, as the safety car now comes out again here on lap 17. So I was hoping this would actually fix the issue, and we do come in then for what will be the soft tyres again, because they should get to the end from here, especially with a few laps behind the safety car. So yeah, in we come then, and I think we were pretty much in the same position as last time, so yeah, we're going to rejoin then in 5th position, it looks like here then. So yeah, where we were actually, so that is correct, as Lucas found his way back up to 6th after that weird problem behind the first safety car, and we'll see what happens then, as we are now back racing once again then with 9 laps to go in this one, and the green flags will not come out basically. We're now in 4th place and I think this one, oh yeah, Joe had a weird drive-through penalty for some reason, as Luke now passes us then, a lot more confident than us around the outside there, and yeah, he will take a 5-second penalty, but that will be taken off, and it doesn't actually even show on anyone else's screen other than his, or like for anyone when they get a stop-go penalty and it just gets added to your race time. It only gets added onto your screen but not anyone else's, so like for me, if I don't get any penalties in this, I will see what should be the correct results at the end. As on to the final lap then, it was a very close battle here, and Jackspot did manage to pull away at the front a little bit towards the end, but yeah, it got very close here actually between the rest of the podium places, and in fact everyone except me had a corner cone penalty, so yeah, I actually took 2nd place in that race then, with Jackspot taking the win. It was Mighty Midget in 3rd, Sonic Mole 4th, and Sinan down to 5th then in the end, and Joe with that unlucky drive-through penalty, that wasn't a drive-through penalty apparently, dropped all the way to 8th then, so that was a massive shame for him in that one. The standings should be on screen now then, and yeah, we're not doing too badly then after one proper round. So yeah, that is it then for this week's One Xbox. Moving on then to the F1 League, and it is the 7th round of the season, and it's the Canadian Grand Prix. So yeah, coming into this one then after taking the win last time out in Monaco, leading from pole position, and yeah, hoping to make it 2 in a row here then. Canada is a track that I like, but I don't think I'm as quick at it as Monaco. I think Monaco probably is my best track on the game, probably Austria next after that, and then maybe, I don't know, Hungary or something. But yeah, Canada is still one of my favourites though, and hopefully we can get a good result here, as yeah, we sort of get ourselves back into a more reasonable position in the championship, because we've been sitting outside the top 10 for pretty much all of it until Monaco, and then that sort of leapfrogged us up all the way up to about 6th, I think. So that's very good for us there, and hopefully that terrible start to the season is sort of behind us now. Unfortunately, we're going to be missing a few races though coming in a few weeks, so yeah, that isn't good. But yeah, hopefully we'll still stay in like a reasonable position in the championship, because I don't think outside the top 10 really sort of reflects our pace. But yeah, it's still a line then, and it's a quite disappointing lap there actually. 13.4 is our first lap, and I messed up the next one I did because I locked up at the final chicane when I was about half a second up, so it was only 13th here then, which is a shame. Our teammate was actually on pole position, so that was good for him there. And that does mean we're down in 13th then, but it does also mean that we do get a free choice on tyres for the start, and it does mean that we can do a one stop then, starting on the soft tyres and going over to the super softs at the end then. So we'll see how that works out for us then, as the lights coming on now. And away we go in Canada, and it is a pretty average start for us there really. Not really making any progress off the line, but yeah, into turn 1 then, quite near the back, so can be quite cautious really. And yeah, picking our way around outside in turn 2, and we've ended up in the exact same place. So yeah, we'll see if we can actually make any progress. Really, just the target is to sort of stick with the ultra soft tyre runners, see if we can sort of keep them sort of within distance, I guess, sort of within view, and yeah, obviously hit the front when they pit. So yeah, we're in behind then Master Berserk and PPRL Pepsi then to begin with, and we've also got CK behind us who did the same strategy here. I don't think he actually set a time though, so yeah, that was why he was down at the back. And yeah, we're approaching then the hairpin for the first time in this race. We do outbrake ourselves a little bit, as actually CK dies at the inside as well, but he's just appeared somewhere and he's ended up in the infield there. So yeah, I think he ran into Pepsi actually in front of me, which I sort of like missed that because I was running wide myself. But yeah, we do get in the slipstream now of Pepsi again towards the final chicane. We're side by side, we're at the inside, and yeah, we are through then and into 12th as Jordan Gibbs has had to miss the chicane due to going side by side with someone up ahead as well. And we're going to get a good run on him then across the line. We're on the outside, and yeah, it looks like we are just about going to get ahead then. We've got the inside line for turn 2, and it looks like we have just about managed to hang on to that one then, and we're up into 11th place. So I think pretty much everyone behind us, everyone in front of us, sorry, is on this super soft or the ultra soft, sorry. Yeah, up in front of us. So I think we are one of the leading soft tyre runners then, or we were, until Jordan Gibbs passed us out. I do think there was someone, I think maybe Warden, somehow ended up on the soft tyres. I don't really know how, because he qualified in the top 10, I think. But yeah, Jordan Gibbs passed there, and then a few laps later we passed him back there with DRS down the back straight, and yeah, through we go then into 11th position. And he was sticking quite close behind us here then, so we did have to watch it into turn 1. But as you can see there, that front group is really not pulling away too much, so that is good for us really. On to lap 9 then, and CK, who was having a terrible race so far, has had another incident on lap 1, is now unlapping himself, and turn 1 does not go in the final chicane, so we've had to hop across the runoff there and lose a bit of time. We are up to 4th though, because most people have now pitted, and then Master Berserk just starts going slowly for just no reason there, so we are through and into 3rd. And yeah, we now skip then to lap 11, where we've got Azar, who has pitted and is on a 2-stop because he's on the super soft tyres there. So yeah, he's now passing us then, and we've just got to sort of stick with this strategy now really, and obviously sort of try and break through awards sort of later on, as yeah, we've now got Verline passing us then. So yeah, as I say, probably going to be like just mostly being overtaken during this part of the race until sort of we get to our pit stop, and then once we do it, we should be able to regain quite a bit of ground, I would think. Obviously, didn't have much to lose starting down in 13th, so I think his strategy was worth going for. And yeah, we'll see how it plays out then. We are down to 4th then, behind some people who have already pitted then. We've now got our teammate behind us, so on completely different strategies, we don't make that one too difficult for him. And yeah, through he goes then. On to lap 18 now then. I think some people have actually come in for a second time already here, I'm not sure, but Silent Mole then diving up inside into turn 1 there. Luckily we did see him coming, and we're side by side through turn 2, but he's probably going to get a better drive out of the corner than us because his tyres are fresher, and we just about make sure to back out into the chicane there. And yeah, through he goes then into 4th, and later on in the lap Commando is right behind us now into the hairpin. He does at the inside, and yeah, we see that one coming as well, and yeah, through he goes then. So we will actually have DRS though, because we were close enough behind Luke to get it, and yeah, that does mean we are going to be able to come back to him here then. Down the back straight, we're on the outside though, so I don't think we're going to be able to make this one stick. And indeed, once again, we're going to have to take a trip through the runoff there, and yeah, we lose a bit of time, so probably not really worth it, that one. On the next lap, we've got Warden coming through on us then, a bit of contact, but it's Codemaster, so it probably didn't even happen on his screen there, and he's thrown into 5th position. And now all the way to lap 24 is when we came in, and we were up to 3rd then, because people had pitted for a second time before we'd even made our first stop, our first and only stop, and we did extend the stint out a bit to lap 24, so that we could go on to the ultra soft tyres instead of the super soft, and yeah, be quicker then for this final stint. So yeah, in we come then, and we'll see where we rejoin the race. Obviously we were down in about 11th place like before anyone started pitting, so yeah, we'll see where we are. We're in 8th place then. We're very close here to Casey Legend, and he is just about ahead of us then as we come out the pits there. We are on newer and quicker tyres though, so we should hopefully be able to pass him then, as we've got CK still going around at the back of the field a lap down, and not really wanting to let us through here, and that allowed actually Casey to get DRS on us there, so well, DRS to defend from us, so yeah, that sort of scuppered any chance we had to pass him on that lap. But next time round we do get it then, and yeah, we are going to breeze past then, and through we go into 7th place for the time being, and we'll see if how much more ground we can actually make up in this race, and with about 10 laps to go. On to lap 31 then, and we're now right in the slipstream of Commando. We're passing him here then into the chicane, and I think Luke had to make an extra stop for something, I think an instant, so I think that's why we're up into 5th place. As Casey in the background there loses the back end out of the far chicane and spears straight off into the wall, so that's a shame for him there. On to the final lap then, where we had caught right up to the back of CRL Bearline, who pitted very early actually for those ultra soft tyres, so he's going to be struggling quite a bit at this point, and yeah, running very wide, and we should hopefully be able to now, with DRS, try and make a move into the final chicane, or maybe even before the final chicane, as we're right behind him then, and yeah, looks like we are going to have the move done then before we get to the chicane, and that is exactly what happens. And through the final chicane we come then, and it is going to be 4th place it looks like for us then, as we come to the line now then, across the line. It is indeed 4th place then, and unfortunately we did have a 3-second penalty right near the end of that race, and with Azar getting 12 seconds of penalties, if we had avoided that we'd have actually finished on the podium in that one. Maestro took the win, and I think that either puts him or keeps him at the top of the championship, so well done to him for that one. And yeah, we're still in about 6th I think, and yeah, that is it then for this week. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and let me know what you thought, and I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.